What is going on, everybody? Joey Shake 72 coming to you guys with a video right now. I want to talk about a little bit of some news. Jeremy Fowler of ESPN has talked about and has had some insight of what's going on. Okay, it could be because of tight end Zach Ertz and what's going on with him, and talking about Howie Roseman and what's going on in this draft. What are the Eagles doing in the first round, and are they going to move up in this draft? I think that's the one thing we're all trying to figure out here. So Jeremy Fowler on Sunday on ESPN, quote unquote, want to read this to you guys real quick. He said, "I'm told that Zach Ertz has been waiting, bracing for a change, a trade, a release for the better part of the last 2 months. It has not happened yet, but Philly sits at 12 overall. It's not an overly deep tight end class after Kyle Pitts, so if they want to move back, trade up or move back, or wherever they want to move in the 3 days of the draft, perhaps Zach Ertz could be a part of that deal, and Howie Roseman has been making a lot of calls. The GM of the Eagles has been active. A source told me that Philly's up to something with that 12th pick. Maybe Ertz will be involved in that." So there you go. You have it. You have some news, some Jeremy Fowler. He's a pretty good insider for ESPN. Kind of talks to other teams and what other teams think, and kind of maybe get some insides on what the Eagles are doing, which, especially with the Eagles and some other teams, obviously, that he talks about. But how he's active, how he's on the phone calls. I mean, even at the press conference he was at, he pretty much said, we're always on the phones, to trading up or whether to trade up or trade back in this draft. So, I mean, at least he's trying to make a move, or if that's the case, the Eagles have 11 picks in this draft. Now, I'm going to have people that come up to me and say, hey, could Zach Ertz sweeten the deal? Definitely a trade chip, guys. Definitely an added recipe to the sauce, because you mix that up. It can add in something to where you don't have to give up more compensation. Like if we moved up to 7, 8, or 9, whether it's Detroit, Carolina, or Denver's pick, I don't think you have to give up a first-round pick, because at the end of the day, the Eagles have 11 picks. If you want to move up further in this draft, you want to use one of those first-round picks for next year, then use it, guys, because I don't think we're using 3 first-round picks in next year's draft, potentially. Potentially, we only have 2 firsts and 2 seconds right now because just of the second conditional for the Carson Wentz trade, which if he plays 75% of the snaps, or if the Eagles, or if the Colts, get into the playoffs, we get that first-round pick from them. Okay, so which first-round pick do they want to trade? And that's just a whole nother thing if that does happen. But you got security for your future for next year in 2022 with 11 picks for the 2021 draft. And some people are telling me, why don't you just keep Zach Ertz? Why not? You can't. I mean, you can, but at the end of the day, I think he wants to move on from Philly. I think he just wants to go to another team. He's a $12 million cap hit. Number 2, okay, you have Dallas Goedert that's on the final year of his contract. The final year, so you can't. What are you going to sign Zach Ertz, re-sign him, and then put him in front of Dallas Goedert on a contract year? It makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, in my mind, Zach Ertz probably should have been traded 2 years ago. Okay, when Dallas Goedert got drafted, or at least he was in the second year of his career, they should have at least tried to get some worth. And that's the problem with the Philadelphia Eagles. They hold on to players for way too long. They hold on to these veterans for too long, to the point where we can't find trade partners. Okay, and really. Guys, what did Zach Ertz really do last year? I mean, come on, let's be real on what he did last year. Not much. Nothing that really makes him look like a top 5 tight end in the league. So, the Eagles are definitely trying to trade him, trying to get the most compensation they can get out of him. I've heard a 3rd, 4th round pick, and it seems like teams aren't even biting on a 4th round pick as of right now. So, if really at the end of the day, and all you could do is trade Zach Ertz in this draft, then I guess that's all you can really do at this point. Or if you can't do it, then you wait till post-June, or wait till the date where you can release him, or whatever you want to do. Get your $4.5 million in cap space, and thank you, Zach Ertz, for everything you've done for us, and that's it. Have a good day. Enjoy your next team. Okay, that's well, I can't even talk right now. That's at the end of the day for Zach Ertz and what we're going to do. Dallas Goedert needs to play. Nick Sirianni loves using tight ends, loves freeing up those tight ends for big explosive plays, okay? And I can't wait to see what he does with Dallas Goedert. I want nothing. I'm not saying he's not going to use 2 tight ends. He definitely will. You have Jason Kroom. You have Hakeem Butler still on the roster. You know what I mean? You still have a couple tight ends that aren't really promising. They could re-sign Richard Rodgers again for another 1-year deal behind Goedert. You never know at this point what they're going to do. I think Trey Burton's still a free agent. I mean, you never know at this point what you could do with that second tight end. But at the end of the day, we need to see if Dallas Goedert's going to get extended. We need to see if he's going to. I think that Cowboys game a couple years ago really showed me when he ran all the way upfield and his helmet came off, and it was offensive interference by Dallas Goedert, which was a bogus call. But it really showed me his toughness. It showed me he's a great 50-50 catch guy. He can get by a whole defense if you scheme him right, and that's why Nick Sirianni is here to scheme these guys to their full potential, to their full strengths. Because I don't think we've hit the surface on 3/4 of our roster when most of these guys have showed flashes, and that's because Doug has stinted most of these guys. Development has been horrible, and you put veterans in front of young guys that are playing well, and then we have too many unknowns on this team because of that problem and that issue. Okay, so when I hear the words that Howie's on the phones, that he's active, that he's trying to find a trade partner, it's a good sign. It could be a good sign to trade up. It could be a bad sign to trade back. I mean, one of the three things I don't want them to do is draft a quarterback, draft a defensive lineman, or an offensive lineman, and trade back in this draft. And I think at the end of the day, we need to, let this roll out the way it's going to go. And to be honest with you, I think it's for a playmaker. I think it could be for Kyle Pitts. It could be they could move up to 4. You never know where they can move up. They can move up to Atlanta's pick. You never know at this point, guys. You never know. I understand people are always asking, well, why did we trade back from 6 to 12? Well, that's because, guys, he traded back. There was an offer on the table for Miami. Miami should have got more. Okay, Miami, they should have got a little bit more back from us, at least kind of balance it out. But I still don't agree with it. But at the same time, Miami put the deal on the table, and we got an easy first-round pick. We only moved back to 12. It's not like we moved back to the 20th overall. Okay, then I'd be upset over it. But we moved back. I was upset at the time because obviously it took us out of contention to get the best guy available offensively for this team, whether it was Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts. And I think realistically they could do it, guys. If we gave up our second round pick to move up in this draft, I'd do it in a heartbeat. If we even used our second round pick this year to just move up in this draft to get and that's only if we get a Jamar Chase or a Kyle Pitts. Like that's like it. And obviously Devontae Smith, but I think Devontae Smith will drop a little further regardless. I think he'll be in the 7 to 9 range regardless. And regardless, you got to move up in front of the Cowboys and the Giants regardless of any of that. So in the comment section, I want to know from you guys, is this a good sign? Is this a bad sign that Howie is active making calls? I want to hear what everyone has to say about it. I'm very excited. Howie is active. Howie is making the Eagles are doing something with that 12th pick. There is a lot of rumors spicing up. Could be a hole in the wall, could be nothing, but Jeremy Fowler has connections in the league, but you never know at this point what's being said. It could be smoke screens. It could be a smokescreen for the Eagles. You never know at this point. So it's really definitely something to listen to, guys. And other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. So let's get ready. We're going to get some stuff done this week. It's going to be a busy week. A lot of live streams. A lot of things are happening with the draft. So keep your eyes open. Keep your ears open to any news that you're hearing around the league. And we'll see what happens. But I'm hoping Howie's very busy. That's all I got to say. Other than that, guys, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Chase Code Up, Flawless Fly. Peace out, guys. Peace.